Hey guys, what's up, and I welcome you all to a new League of Myths episode. As usual, if you end up enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button. But let's move right into the first myth. This one is asking that if LeBlanc's clone with Nami's buff ends up killing red or blue buff, who will actually get that buff? So if you are unaware, LeBlanc's clone, even though it can auto-attack champions, minions, monsters, etc., it actually does 0 damage with its auto-attacks. And if you were to put Lulu's Pixie on top of the LeBlanc's clone, its auto-attacks will not activate the Pixie auto-attacks either. But for whatever reason, the LeBlanc clone will activate Nami's buff, the one that gives it bonus damage per auto-attack. But who gets the kill credit for the buff's death? I mean, since LeBlanc's clone is not really doing damage, it's only happening thanks to Nami's buff. But we see here LeBlanc does get the kill credit. The next myth is asking if Poppy ults a clone, can the original champion still damage her? So this one, as I'm sure you can guess, has a lot of test case scenarios. So let us start things off with Shaco. As he uses his ultimate, I use my Poppy ultimate on his clone. His clone is not dealing any damage to me, neither is the Shaco himself. In all honesty, quite the unusual interaction, because at the very least you would expect the clone to deal damage. Keep in mind, we thought these clones were programmed as champions since they can absorb the abilities, for instance an Ash Arrow. But let's move into the second example with LeBlanc. As I proc her passive, I use my ultimate once again on her clone, and this time neither her clone, of course, nor LeBlanc herself is able to deal any damage. But how about someone like Wukong? And this one is a bit more interesting because as he uses the W, I pop my ultimate on his clone, but since the clone only lasts for just a mere few seconds, my ultimate ends up going off extremely early. But while the ultimate was active, Wukong was not dealing any damage to me either. But how about ghost clones, for instance a Mordekaiser? And in this example we have Mordekaiser kill the Shen that was on my team, and following that I end up popping my ultimate on the Shen, and neither the ghost nor the Mordekaiser is able to deal any damage either. And in the final example of the video, we have Yorick's ultimate, and as he uses it on his allied Lux, I kill her and she takes the form of Yorick's ultimate, obviously the player being able to control it. I ulti him, but this time it actually seems like he is able to attack me and deal damage, though Yorick is still unable to. This is the only one that works, probably because the person is still controlling the champion. But let's move on to the next myth submitted by Zarich123. Can Jinx's Rocket's AoE damage apply Braum's passive stacks? So Jinx's Q does have 2 forms, one of which being a rocket launcher. And the cool thing about that form is that each auto attack does AoE splash damage. But as the Braum puts his passive on all the minions in the back line, I auto attack them with my rockets, but only the one I'm actually auto attacking directly gets a stack of the passive. So obviously the answer is no. However, if you have a Runaan's Hurricane, whether it's Jinx or any other ranged champion, you can apply every single stack of Braum's passive with the 3 auto attacks that you do. The next myth is asking how would Mordekaiser's ultimate interact with the new Summoner's Rift Gates. So for this one we have a red team Fiora, and the Mordekaiser is gonna kill her, take her form as a ghost, and we will see if the champion who used to be on the red team and being unable to walk through the blue gate can now walk through it. As I kill the Fiora, I'm able to easily put her right through the gate without any problems. But let's flip it around and see if the red team's Fiora, once she dies and becomes my ghost, is able to walk through her own team's gates. As I finally kill her and get the ghost form of Fiora once again, I'm trying to put her right through the gate, but you see it is obviously impossible. And the final myth is going to be one I somewhat touched in my Did You Know Irelia. If Irelia ults but revives with Zilean ultimate, is there a visual bug with her? And if so, how bad can it be? So here's how this one works. I will be dying to tower, popping my ultimate just before I die, and Zilean will also use his ultimate on me. And you can see as I revive, I have 1 stack of Aurelia's blades kind of hovering behind her the whole time. But can we continue to replicate this, and how far can we go? So here we are doing it once again. This is the second iteration, and now you see 2 blades right behind her. Alright, that's pretty cool, but can we go any further? So we try once again, this time going for the 3rd one. I died to the tower, but now you see 3 blades are hovering behind her. But overall, Aurelia is able to fire 4 blades, not 3, so can we go one step further? As we try to test it and see if we can have 4 blades flying behind her, unfortunately that is not the case, because she automatically fires 1 blade upon activation of her ultimate. So it's only possible to have 3 blades hovering behind her for probably the rest of the game. A pretty interesting visual bug, and gives her some cool aesthetics. Alright guys, that unfortunately does mark the end of this episode of the League of Myths series. If you ended up enjoying it, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and also definitely write down a myth down below or tweet at me at Redmercy LOL, and maybe you'll be featured in the next episode. I recommend also checking out the previous episodes of this series and my other videos as well. But as usual, I hope you guys did enjoy it, and hope to see you for the next video. Peace.